Imagine walking through the ancient city of Babylon, golden towers gleaming under the desert sun, merchants calling out in the marketplace, gold coins clinking as trade flows through the streets. Amid this wealth and splendor, one man stands out. Arcad, known as the richest man in Babylon, people come from far and wide to learn his secret. How did he, once a poor scribe, become the wealthiest man in the richest city of the ancient world? His answers, simple yet profound, form the foundation of The Richest Man in Babylon, a book that has taught millions the timeless principles of wealth, success, and financial independence. The first lesson Arcad shares is simple but powerful. Start thy purse to fattening. In modern language, pay yourself first. No matter how much you earn, always save at least 10% of your income. Before you pay your rent, your bills, or anyone else, pay yourself. Most people work for money, but never keep any of it. They spend everything they earn, and then wonder why wealth never stays with them. Arcad explains that wealth begins not with how much you make, but with how much you keep. He says, a part of all you earn is yours to keep. It's a principle that transcends time, whether you make $10 or 10,000. Saving even a small portion creates the foundation for wealth. The second lesson is control thy expenditures. We often believe that if we only earned more, we'd save more, but the truth is, most people's spending rises with their income. Arcad teaches that wealth requires discipline, not higher wages. He advises distinguishing between needs and wants. Luxuries quickly become necessities if we lack awareness. The key is to live below your means, to spend thoughtfully, consciously, and intentionally. As he puts it, what each of us calls our necessary expenses will always grow to equal our incomes, unless we protest to the contrary. In other words, you don't build wealth by earning more, you build wealth by mastering desire. The third lesson is make thy gold multiply. Once you've saved money, it should work for you. Idle gold is lost opportunity. Arcad urges us to invest wisely so that our money earns more money to make our gold breed like sheep in the field. In today's world, this means investing in opportunities that generate steady, reliable returns, whether through business, real estate, or long-term investments. The principle remains the same. Let your savings grow through patience and wise decisions, not speculation or greed. He warns, the first principle of investing is security for thy principal. Don't chase quick riches. Always seek advice from those experienced in what you invest in, not from friends or dreamers. The fourth lesson is guard thy treasures from loss. The desire for quick wealth is one of the oldest traps in history. Babylon, like today's world, had its share of risky schemes and smooth-talking swindlers. Arcad reminds us to be cautious. If something sounds too good to be true, it usually is. He says, it is wise to be cautious with your treasures and consult those skilled in handling money before entrusting it to anyone. True wealth grows steadily, not suddenly. Protect your money as you would guard a precious jewel. The fifth lesson is, make of thy dwelling a profitable investment. In one of the parables, Arcad encourages people to own their homes rather than rent indefinitely. He explains that owning a home gives stability, pride, and a sense of achievement, and it turns money once paid to landlords into value that belongs to you. While the details may differ today, the principle remains. Invest in assets that appreciate and support your life rather than draining your wealth. Ownership builds independence. The sixth lesson is ensure a future income. Arcad urges everyone to prepare for the days when they can no longer work through savings, investments, or wise planning. In modern terms, This means building passive income and planning for retirement. He writes, "Provide in advance for the needs of thy growing age and the protection of thy family." Wealth isn't just about comfort today, it's about security for tomorrow. The seventh lesson is increase thy ability to earn. Perhaps the most empowering message in the book. Your income grows only as much as you grow. The surest way to earn more is to become more valuable. Arkad teaches that knowledge and skill are forms of wealth too. He says, the more of wisdom we know, the more we may earn. Whether through learning new trades, improving your craft, or expanding your network, your mind is your greatest asset. Each of these principles builds upon the others, forming what Clason calls the 7 cures for a lean purse. Save consistently, spend consciously, invest wisely, protect your wealth, own assets, plan for the future, and constantly improve your skills. But the book also contains the 5 laws of gold, lessons that explain how money behaves and how to make it work for you. The first law of gold. Gold comes gladly and in increasing quantity to anyone who saves at least 1/10 of their earnings and puts it to work. The second law. Gold labors diligently for the wise owner who finds profitable employment for it. The third law. Gold clings to the protection of the cautious owner who invests under the advice of men experienced in its handling. The fourth law. Gold slips away from the person who invests in ventures they don't understand. And the fifth law. Gold flees from those who try to force it to earn impossible returns. These laws read like poetry, yet they reflect deep financial truth. Wealth doesn't respond to emotion, it responds to wisdom. Arkad also teaches that opportunity is born from preparation. When people complain that luck favors others, he smiles and says, "Good luck waits to come to that man who accepts opportunity." Luck is never random. It's the meeting point between readiness and action. He tells the story of a man who hesitated to invest in a profitable venture, fearing risk. Later, when the chance was gone, he realized that hesitation is often the greatest cost. Arkad's point is clear. Opportunity rarely knocks twice. Fortune favors those who act wisely, not impulsively, but decisively. Another important teaching is the power of debt awareness. Arkad warns against borrowing for unnecessary things, explaining that debt makes a free person a slave. The borrower is servant to the lender, he reminds us. Debt consumes future earnings before they've been made. The wise person avoids debt unless it serves to create value, never to fund lifestyle. Clason's wisdom throughout The Richest Man in Babylon lies in its simplicity. These parables, though ancient, mirror modern truths about money. The same principles that built Babylon's wealth can build ours today. Discipline, patience, and education. He writes, "Our acts can be no wiser than our thoughts. Our thinking can be no wiser than our understanding. The more we understand money, its nature, its flow, and its power, the more confidently we can use it to create freedom, not stress." Arkad's lessons remind us that wealth is not about possession, it's about control. It's not the size of your income that defines you, but the wisdom with which you handle it. The big takeaway from The Richest Man in Babylon is this: financial success isn't mysterious, it's mathematical. Save consistently, spend wisely, invest carefully, and keep learning. The habits you practice daily become the pillars of your financial freedom. Arkad began as a poor scribe who desired more from life. He didn't chase luck or envy others he learned, practiced, and taught. Over time, gold flowed to him because he respected its laws, and he passed that knowledge on so that others could do the same. In the end, the richest man in Babylon is not just a person of wealth, it's a mindset. It's the understanding that prosperity is built one coin, one habit, one wise decision at a time. That was The Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason, broken down into its most powerful lessons in under 15 minutes. Which principle resonated most with you paying yourself first, investing wisely, or always improving your skills? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this summary, make sure to like this video, subscribe to 10-Minute Books, and ring the bell so you never miss our weekly breakdowns of timeless wisdom. Thanks for watching, and remember, wealth grows wherever discipline and patience take root.